Good morning, good morning. You already know who it is, target individual CJBK. You can see I'm working. Working, not breaking any laws, not doing anything to anyone, not robbing anybody, not sexually assaulting anyone, not stabbing anyone, not shooting anybody, not spreading hate speech, not trying to incite a riot, not doing anything to anybody like I normally do. But yet, the government felt like it was necessary to supply the very same people who do the things that I just mentioned, like highly classified and powerful weapons that can basically allow people to do things undetectable, quote unquote. It's not necessarily fully undetectable. It's just, if you don't know about the technology, then you're not going to really know how to detect it. You got to learn, you got to study, you got to read. Nothing is ever completely hidden. You just have to look in the right places and look hard enough. Sometimes you might have to read in between the lines, But anywho, so yeah, I don't know, my energy, my actual energy for, just being able to do things and whatnot is just so, wacky, but that comes with the territory of being radiated 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, So it's like, I don't know who these people are, but I do know that average people do not have access to the type of weapons that they're using. What they're using is the type of stuff that you would only find in military documents or very, very, very specific, what's the words I'm looking for? Technologically advanced companies, things of that sort. I mean, unless someone is a complete tech nerd and they took the time to actually learn about how to hack the human brain because they probably read some of the same documents that I found that talks about how the brain is just like a computer and all you need to do is use specific amplifications of light or sound and you can actually alter a person's brain. Not only that, you can also target specific glands, organs, muscles, ligaments, membranes, all types of things. You can target specific things and you can either heat it up to the point where oxygen is basically extracted from it or water is dehydrated from it. You can stop neurons from firing, critical information at the time that you may need to recall something or you need a specific reaction to do something. I have no idea how they got their hands on this technology. They say they're a secret society, and I'm like, that's very plausible. That's very plausible. But then I'm also listening to how they speak, and I'm just like, They're like, oh, the streets are watching you. Oh, we got a police report on you. So I'm like, so all these people are working together. The streets, the cops, the government, the military, everybody's working together in this whole thing, right? Yet there's so many, they have all this technological capabilities. They have technology that can find just about anybody, anywhere, at any time. But yet there's so many children and, people's children, men and women who go missing. And yet no one can ever find them. But when they want to find you for talking about the truth about the misuse and the abuse of this technology, they'll find you wherever you are at, unless you somehow manage to disengage yourself from all technology and go and live in the woods or a mountain somewhere. My energy is low today. I know I said that already, but sometimes I feel like I just need to say, I know, y'all saw that. I know, I saw that. I'm glad I was recording the whole time. Y'all saw that too. He looking directly at me, knowing my light is green, and he still continues to walk in the street. Y'all saw that. That was probably game stalking right there. Looking dead at me. That's on camera too. That's on camera. Looking dead at me, and he still continues to walk in the street. Oh. And still, like I say, take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. You know, so that's the best part. I got that part on camera. I've been thinking about actually getting a what do they call that? Some type of camera. I forgot what it's called. The GoPro. There we go. Get a GoPro, mount it on top of like my helmet or something like that. You know. Yeah, that would be cool if I can do that. But aside from that, so yeah, I don't know. I feel like I slept okay. You know, when I got home yesterday, I took me a shower, did 40 minutes of the anti-nanobot, video, listened to that. Then shortly after that, ate some leftover, I made some shrimp scampi. And then I had my normal routine. I had 2 beers after work, and then I started to watch, 2 episodes of Lock and Key. Interesting show right there on Netflix. And it's funny because some people be like, you tell so much about your life online. Aren't you worried about them collecting information about you and whatnot? And I'm just like, no, not at all. Because I expect them to be exactly who they are. So why would I ever be surprised about anything that someone will come up to me and talk to me about? Or why would I be surprised about anything that a person is saying, when they're in passing? I choose not to basically react to everything that sounds like it's about me. Because that's basically like how you feed into paranoia. So I choose not to react to everything that sounds like it's about me. I choose not to react to everything that, that basically seems like, did that person do it on purpose? Because in actuality, more times than likely, especially when you know you're being targeted, yeah, they did that shit on purpose. They did. But in the true honesty of all things, what are you really gonna do? What are you really trying to do? I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna walk up on a person, punch them in the face, and be like, "Hey, you did this to me, and I know you did it on purpose." They're going to look at you like a frightened little boy or little girl and say, "Oh, you're crazy. No one did anything to you. I wasn't doing anything to you on purpose." Next thing you know, you're the one in the handcuffs when they're the ones who actually did it. And that's the crazy part about it. So, like I told you, you have to learn to develop a whole new level of peace and what is happening right now? Oh, he's trying to turn. Okay. So you have to develop a whole new level of peace and enlightenment in this whole thing, because I realize they bank their entire life based off of you reacting to everything they do. They bank their entire life based off of the amount of pain that you can take before you finally decide to act out. They base their entire life off of things. They base their entire life off of things that can literally be taken from them or destroyed within a matter of seconds. See, now, here's the best part about it is when you have spiritual guidance, spiritual discernment, you have a connection with God, you know about the power of thoughtful manifestation. You no longer care about some of the same things that everybody else care about. You know that your life is actually, like your physical life, is no more important than the ant that you didn't notice was there on the street, but you stepped on it. That was a life. But you weren't thinking nothing about the ant that's probably walking on the sidewalk, or the trail of ants that's on the sidewalk, walking, just trying to collect food for their colony. But you never really think about how you probably stepped on them. So when you think about it, what makes a human's life any more important than the dogs we take care of? What makes a human life any more important than the birds that we so-called try to lay spikes on so that they can't necessarily lay a nest or anything like that? What makes a human life any more important than the next? And that's when you start to realize this is why a lot of religious or spiritual cultures teach you not to put so much value on your physical life. Why? Because you are not just your physical body. You are also your spiritual body. You have two lives within you. You have your physical life, and then you have your spiritual body. And your spiritual body is made of pure energy. Pure energy. Like straight up pure energy. And this is what they're doing. They're basically using technology to suck the energy from your spiritual body out of it. That's pretty much it. Anyway, that's it for today, or at least for now. And I'll get back to y'all later. Peace.